Good morning, children. So let's continue our topic. We were doing tenses, and I have told you about the types of tenses and the 4 parts of each tense. So now one by one, we will discuss the rules. So I am here making 3 columns so that we can do a comparison also side by side. So first of all is the present tense. Then is the past tense. It should be clear. And future tense. These are the 3 basic tenses. So now the first is indefinite tense. Indefinite, present indefinite. Side by side we will learn the rules of past indefinite and then future indefinite. This indefinite tense, it is also known as, we can call it simple present. It is known as simple present or present indefinite. So its rule is subject plus first form of the verb plus object. This is the first rule of simple present. And one more rule is there, and that is subject plus first form of the verb. Along with this first form, we use s or es plus object. This is the second rule. Now, when, or we can say where is this rule applied? Children, very simple it is. When, okay, let me tell you something about the subject verb agreement also. Whenever the subject is singular, the verb used is also singular with that. And if the subject is plural, the verb used is plural. So here, this first rule is applicable when the subject is, I'll tell you a very funny word, Ayu Devi. And what does this Ayu Devi means? A stands for I, you, they, and we. Try to learn this word Ayu Devi beta. It is very important and very helpful in learning tenses. So when our subject is either I, you, they or we, then along with these we use the first form of the verb. And this second rule is applicable when our subject is third person singular. Third person singular. And this third person singular is, it is either he, she, it, or any name you can say. So, first rule is applicable when the subject is I, you, they, we, I, you, they or we. And the second rule is applicable when the subject is he, she, it, or any name. For example, I'll give you an example. I like ice cream. So here is the subject is I. Verb is, this is the subject, this is the verb in the first form, and this is the object. Suppose if our subject is now third person singular, he, then according to the rule, first form of the verb, like, and s or es. So along with like, we will use s. He likes ice cream. So this is how the rules are, or the sentences are formed using these rules in tenses. Now, one question which is important and which is generally not told by most of the teachers, where to use s and es. What it says, see, whenever a verb ends with O, double S, SH, CH, X. Along with these, the verb, whenever a verb ends with either of these words, O, double S, SH, CH, X, we use ES. ES with these verbs. Like, when the verb is go, see it is ending with O, we add es with it. It becomes goes. He goes for a walk. Although you know that with go you always use es, you never does a mistake by using s only. You know, but I think you people don't know the rule that along with the verbs which ends with o, double s, sh, ch or x, es is always added, and verbs other than these we use s, like play becomes plays, walk. See, these are the verbs ending with different consonants. Walk become walks. Some more example of this, like push becomes pushes, and this ends with sh. Miss ending with double s, it becomes misses always. So this is the rule. Try to keep this rule in mind, that whenever a verb ends with o, double s, sh, ch or x, we always use es with that. And if a verb ends with other than these words, then s is added with that. This is very important. It is generally not told by any teacher. Try to remember it. So this is the first rule. I hope you got it. Subject plus first form of the verb plus object, and the other is subject plus first form plus s or es. If the subject is I, you, they, we always use the first form, and if the subject is third person singular, he, she or it, or any name, then we always use this rule, that is, along with the first form of the verb we use s and es.